Welcome back, my friends. We are back in live 2 weeks later. Lots has happened.
Yeah.
Yet again, May has
Mm.
absolutely been probably the best, I'd say, month of music that we've gotten. And then we capped it off with New Avenged Sevenfold. Life is but a dream. What
Yeah.
a wonderful, different uh album and sound. I've never heard anything like it before, literally.
hmm
Um, for it being an Avenged Sevenfold album too, we already knew that we had to go in kind of blind. We had to forget everything we knew and just almost like just close your eyes and take it in for what it was. And I
hmm
personally, I was a huge fan of it. But on top of that, we are going to talk about it a lot. But on top of that, we got some new Polaris that came out. Uh, John, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was one of our first 2 or 3 episodes. I said Polaris is going to come out with some stuff this year.
Yeah. I
End of the
feel like it
year,
was episode 2 or so.
I guarantee it. And sure as shit, we're getting an album, I think, towards the middle of September, which is awesome. Summer
hmm
tours are kicking off right now. Bad Omens did a couple of their shows with Air and IC Stars. Up north, we have Sleep Tokens, just everybody's favorite right now. Everybody's
So
loving
good.
Sleep Token. Fun fact, 10 minutes. All their tickets sold out for Wembley Arena. 10 minutes. So
Good Lord.
we can thank social media for that because they have blown up and blown up fast. And they are
hmm
another kind of within that realm of kind of like Bad Omens. Are they really metal or are they metal-esque, right? Because
hmm
they're very it's a very different sound. But you know what? They've taken that hype and they're running with it and it's great. Drop that album. It was very good. I'm actually wondering where a lot of people are going to put that at the end of the year with album of the year. So as well as we're carrying off of the Acacia Strain, the Amity Affliction, the Veil of Maya, the Currents. List goes on. Bring Me the Horizon dropped. Apparently, an extremely heavy song with Lil
Yeah.
Uzi Vert called Amen. Apparently, we got the death back, so let's
hmm
fucking go. I'm excited for that. We are totally going to be doing reviews as well. We'll be reviewing Sylosis, Poison of the Lost, and then Omnium. What is it again, John? Gatharium?
Omnium Gatherium or something.
Gatharium
Omnium
called
Gatherium.
Sacred. So that's going to be a
Yeah.
fun one. We will also be looking into Amen by Bring Me the Horizon, but of course, copyright's a bitch, Sony. You suck. Um,
Oh, it's
you'll
fucking.
be able to get some snippets of that. But you know, without further ado, John, let's get the sign out. 0 days talking about
It's
Avenged
true. I'm
Sevenfold.
like, oh man,
Um,
it's been a while
oh,
since we
it's
did the
been
show, so
it's
I my whole setup's completely different. So
zero
I'm trying to
days
like
again.
find how to set everything up.
I do want to tell everybody as well.
hmm
This whole 2 week stints in between. Hopefully, there are no more. Just a lot's been going on. I'm
Yeah.
going through, uh, two possible very bad herniations in my back with work and everything. It's just
hmm
really hard.
Yeah.
So, bear with us here. We're going to get back to our normal flow every Sunday sort of ordeal, but stay with us here, folks, because even though the ones that don't love Avenged Sevenfold, we got to talk about it. John, I want to hear from you. What are the tracks that just grabbed you and you were like, whoa,
So for one, I mean, we didn't talk about it that much, but that song "We Love You," I've been coming back to that song a lot because, for one, the sound's great. Like it has good range, but also the lyrics though. It's a nice like critique of like hyper capitalism, hyper reality of like build better, build faster, build like the lyrics are really great because it is like kind of like the album. I like it because it is kind of like it has such a range. Like, and here's what is weird for me because the only album I could think to compare it with, namely because the last half like easier and those ones get a little bit more electronic and stuff, is Random Access Memories by Daft Punk. Their album in like 2012, 2013. It's like 10 years ago. That song had some songs that like easier, ordinary, Like those two songs very much felt like it had a kind of a Daft Punk influence and stuff in a really neat way that I was impressed by, because I like Random Access Memories is one of my favorite albums. So it felt like calls to that, but of course, like Nobody is still a banger and everything. Game Over, I liked it. Like it was interesting to have like the guitar work intermixed with like the range of this whole album. I like the range and the lyrical content was like crisp. It was like it was an interesting side of things. Some of the only critique I'd say is that some of the mixing is kind of like if you're driving in a car, there's so much going on that it's hard to hear what's going on unless you're like cranking the volume up a whole lot. But that's really just a side thing. And I don't know, like, it's not too different than their mixing from the stage and everything. So it's hard because, like, I don't know. It's the slight feeling I have that self titled was produced in a way that sounded different. That, like, the stage, for some reason, sometimes things don't sound as clear as I would like them to. But that's like, I don't know if it's just because I've heard that song so much that I can know what's going on no matter what I'm doing with the self-titled. But overall, I'd say it's pretty phenomenal. But We Love You, as far as lyrical content, great. Mattel's kind of a weird one.
bro.
The plastic daisies of just like, yeah.
Uh,
What did you think?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, folks. This is gonna be a little bit of a longer segment, so please skip forward. But I'm gonna go through every track real quick because I waited as well as probably I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I waited till midnight.
Yeah.
As soon as midnight struck, I put my earbuds in and I just shut my eyes and fucking listen.
Mm-hmm.
Game Over starts. God, what a story does that start with? It's literally going through every step of our life from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Working a mundane job, coming home, getting older, and then you have the kids move out of the house, you're no longer happy, you hit that crisis. Da 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 da, and it ends with him ultimately killing himself in the end, hanging from his family tree, and then it slows down. It goes through the whole step by step process of what is typically a mundane life, a
Mm-hmm.
normal life for us as individuals, which I thought was just very interesting. And the sound, it's just something like I've never heard before from
Mm-hmm.
them. I mean, they're always coming out of left field with something different. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you look at um, Wake in the Fall and just the City of Evil, people were like, what the hell? People are
Mm-hmm.
confused. And then we got the stage after Hail to the King, and we're like, you went from Metallica to this, it's just very, very interesting, very weird. I really like it. Mattel, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that is by far one of my favorite tracks. It throws me back to honestly a lot of their older kind of stuff with the guitar work. Yet there's so much different transitional work that goes in within the song. It's heavy, out of nowhere too. Out of nowhere, like
Mm-hmm.
it just transitions into a super soft part, and then he's like, it's like, dude, what the fuck? It just hits
Mm-hmm.
you right in the. I don't know. Nobody, of course, was great. Uh, I'm not going to cover too much on that. We Love You comes out of nowhere, off timing, off beat, and then it comes into this powerful build up, build up, build up into the chorus, and then another screaming comes out of nowhere. Cosmic is something that everybody's talking about on
Mm.
Twitter.
So good.
My brother, my brother has been just nonstop about how good Cosmic is, and it is a beautiful song right at the end too. Gives you that a little piece of heaven
Mm-hmm.
feel with the orchestra. I think they worked with a 72, 75 piece orchestra towards the making of this album, which was really interesting. The song's very deep. It's that Avenged Sevenfold song that
Mm-hmm.
I think people are always gonna. I mean, after quite a few listens, this is going to be one of the fan favorites, 100% in my opinion. Beautiful Morning, very interesting, very different, easier, same thing, very Daft Punky, like you said. G sounds just like a mixture of Rush, Daft Punk, and like I don't know that whole three-part song where it's God basically. It
Mm-hmm.
reminds me of Rush, Daft Punk, and kind of Audio Slave if I'm thinking correctly of what Death is at the end, and then we end with Life is But a Dream, which is just an instrumental on the piano. Uh, I don't know. This is nothing like anything Avenged Sevenfold's ever done. So,
Hmm.
if you're not a huge fan of them, this might be the one for you. Because you weren't following along with what were you expecting from it? Because you don't fucking like them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're not excited. You don't care what's coming out. But you know what? If you're not a fan, this might be the album where you're just like, you know what? I actually don't know why I like this because it's good. And that's coming from me, who's a huge fan of them, who a lot of people are not really liking the album that are huge, huge fans,
Hmm.
because I mean, I'm in a lot of group chats with people about music, and a lot of people are like, man, if like Dream Theater would have released this, people would be drooling about how good this is, right? But it's just the fact that it's Avenged Sevenfold. People are like, man, fuck them, because for some reason it's cool to hate them like it was to hate Nickelback 5 years
Yeah.
ago, which is okay. To each their own. Everybody is allowed to have their opinion, and that's okay. All in all, for me, I'm gonna give the album a steady 8.5 out of 10, maybe even a
Hmm.
9. And I'm not just saying that because um, they're one of my favorite bands. I'm saying it because, especially for me, I'm a very one-dimensional kind of music listening person. I only really like metal. I kind of like some softer stuff, and then I'm listening to NSYNC and fucking Backstreet Boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not really into this whole slower, very weird, very different sound. And I was in love with it. And to add on to it, man, if Brooks Wackerman didn't have you convinced on the stage that he took the throne for the Rev and Portnoy, man, I think his drum work on this was excellent. Honestly, he outdid himself. I think
Hmm.
that's kind of how you said the mixing. The mixing was purposely done a little different because I remember Matt was doing a podcast with somebody, Nick Nocturnal.
Oh yeah.
He made it apparent that they mixed it to sound like a band, not just a perfectly polished group, a perfectly polished album. They purposely made it sound like, hey, this is like a band. This is not like, because I don't know.
Yeah.
And it was an excellent interview. Dante, when you're watching this, put the link in the video, the description, because it's a very, very good, interesting podcast that Nick had with Matt. Um,
Hmm.
it was just excellent to hear. But yeah, man, all in all, I'm giving that album a steady 8.5, 9 out of 10. We'll see what the rest of the year brings for music. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna put it in my top five yet. I'm not
Yeah.
100% that sure. Which should tell you guys a lot because I am a huge fan. But it's one of those albums that, like, I don't know. If you were expecting for it to change your life, listen to it like 3 weeks later or a month later,
Hmm.
because like you shouldn't expect that from music. But it's all about the spot you're in at the time,
Yeah.
right? You know, like for example, like when we listened to Lost for you could have listened to that song. Let's just say you would have never listened to it when we reviewed it, and then you would have listened to it, months later. Would it still have an emotionally such the impact that it had you have listened to it months later? You don't know. But at that
Yeah.
moment, it struck you so much, right? And so that's the thing about this specific album. Like, there is a specific song for anything, but I don't know. Just give it a shot. It's gonna take a couple listens though, because like
Yeah.
you said, it is a lot to take in, but it's a very cool. I don't want to say masterpiece, but it's a beautiful work of art.
Yeah, and that makes sense when you talk about the mixing because it reminded me of bands when they'll literally just have a mic in the center of the room that's just like. So I guess that's the part that for me, that's why like easier and ordinary. I'd actually say my top songs would be Ordinary, We Love You, and Cosmic. Those are like three really they're all good in their own way. But I guess because Ordinary and some of the Daft Punk sounding songs are mixed in that like crisper way of like less that like in a room feel, maybe it sounds a bit clearer, at least for me, because like I like being able to pick things out very distinctly. And I think we've been a little bit spoiled by, and I know you did the whole controversial thing of you like Left to Suffer more than Infant Annihilator, which I'd actually say I agree with you that Left to Suffer is better than Infant Annihilator as a band, but Dickie Allen is better as a vocalist.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So
I figured that a lot of people were gonna kind of understand that.
yeah,
I'm not
and
gonna
I
get
think people do.
I'm not gonna get too much in depth on why, but I mean, it's
Yeah,
in the name, Infant Annihilator.
yeah,
Listen to any song and read the lyrics, and you'll understand why I did that.
dude.
Although I love Dickie Allen, bro, I do.
Him.
He's an excellent vocalist,
I hope he
but I
stays
just
with Necrogoblicon. Like he is like, and feel like it's going to happen. The way he posts is like he's so excited about being on that project and touring with them,
yeah,
and
Infant
his vocals are
Annihilator.
perfect for it.
Infant Annihilator hasn't done anything for a long time too, so
Yeah, so
that
I
would be
think
fun to see.
yeah, and I think part of like that's a theme of like I feel like Dickie Allen's grown as an artist, and with this album of like Life is But a Dream, it's them growing as individuals. Like they're no longer just like party rock kind of like they're exploring deeper concepts, and Avenged Sevenfold, they're really like it's interesting to have grown up with them now at this point. To be listening to them for the past like 20 years almost, it feels like.
Yeah,
They have changed. And I think it's an interesting thing because this album to me is up there with the Daft Punk Random Access Memories, which I just absolutely love because they have the song Fragments of Time is like one of my favorite songs of all time. And Ordinary was up there of like, I really enjoyed that mix, but just like the whole flow of like being able to tell that story of like growing up, hyper capitalism, like Mattel, like the Barbie, like the pink flowers, like
yeah,
everything is it flows so well, and then it ends with "Life is but a dream" and stuff.
yeah,
Just
and
like
and something that we have
yeah,
always talked about on just about every episode is how like the key to like a good album
hmm
is like being able to listen to each track in a row. So you go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 track. It
hmm
all flows cohesively,
yeah,
which it especially I don't know, man. Like you'd have to listen to, but especially on this album, you wouldn't understand how it does, but it does because everything's so differently. It's in such a different timing. It's in such a different rhythm. They switch up. They go fast. They thrash. They acoustic. They synth. They scream. I don't know. There's just so much going on within it, but it all flows so well together. I mean,
hmm
it is. The more I talk about it, the more like I'm just like, man, I can't wait to kind of
I
listen to this again for like
yeah,
the fifth time because every time I don't know, man, and it was like this with like We Love You and Nobody too. Every time I listened to those tracks, I heard something different each time and I liked them more. And
yeah,
that's something I'm noticing about this album is that every song has that like replay factor, replay value is that every time I listen to I don't know, Mattel or every time I listen to Cosmic, I'm
hmm
hearing something different that I didn't hear before that I like. That's making me like it more. So like I don't know for you guys that are if you're still with us, I mean,
oh yeah.
hear
If you're
me out.
still with us,
If you're
yeah,
still with us, hear me out, man. Like, give it a shot. I mean, you never know. If
yeah,
you like Sleep Token, fuck, you might like this. You like Daft Punk,
I
you might like this. You like Audio Slave,
yeah,
you might like this. There's a lot of shit that they've pulled from and made just I don't know, man. It's
yeah.
really cool. Check it out. I think you should. If not, I will
It's
say this though, John,
yeah.
before I'm sorry to interrupt you. This has moved up for me for like their like for my album ranking of all time for them. It's it's definitely like top four. I really it's above Hail to the King
oh
for me
yeah,
now. It's right there with like Nightmare in a sense. Like I really like it. I really do.
yeah. My rankings have definitely changed because Hail to the King is much lower than it was that episode. And
Yeah,
stuff
like
going back, and I think I had to give this album a little bit of space. Like I didn't listen to it right away like you did because for one I was very busy, and this is not good background, or like it's to me I wanted to like give this my full attention because there is so much going on with it. Because if you're not fully focused, the first time I tried listening to it was in the car on the way back from nationals, or on the way to nationals, then on the way back. Like you can't hear everything that's going on when you're in a car driving 80 miles per hour or whatever, however fast
exactly.
we go on Texas tolls. So and I had to also give it some space because to me, Take Me Back to Eden is one of the most wide-ranging albums I've heard in a while that like hits all these different dynamics. And I wanted to like give it its own space because for me, Take Me Back to Eden is a strong contender for album of the year. I would
Yeah,
still say Currents, The Death We Seek. I will stand firmly and say that is album of the year for me so far.
yeah,
Currents, The Death
absolutely.
We Seek. I'm like, it's just too good.
I
Like
agree
the
with you.
lyrics,
I
album, yeah.
I could not agree any more with you. Well, you know what? We've talked enough about Avenged. We can talk about Sleep Token. So, Sleep Token, I listened to the whole album at work. Just took it in. Oh God, it's it's an experience. It's kind of like I could say the Libad album, Life is But a Dream.
Hmm.
You you put your headphones on and you just immerse yourself in fully, and you feel everything, you hear everything, every like instrument, every like the piano, the synths, the just the whole ambient noise in the background, and then Vessel's voice to add. Honestly, the drummer, I think his name's number three, technically technical terms for Sleep Token names. He's an excellent drummer as well. Um, my favorite song is the title track, "Take Me Back to Eden." Man, that I put it on our story. Um, what was it? I think a week and a half ago. I was like,
Yeah.
this may be up there with one of the best, well written, put together songs I've ever listened to in my life because it had the build up. Well, it had the slow pace, and then it kind of grabbed your attention. It built up, and you got to the hill, and then it crests, and then you ride flat, and then you slowly come down, and then right before you kind of hit the bottom, it slowly builds again, and it's man, and then the breakdown at the end. It is a very good song. It's a very good album. It's definitely touching people. It's definitely making people cry. I mean, it's total sad boy times here with that Sleep Token album, man. A lot of people are loving what is it? Euclid? How the hell do you say
Euclid,
that?
yeah. Euclid.
Euclid.
That's the song I picked for my highlight of going to nationals. Like that song is just so good. Like
Yeah.
that.
It packs in a
Oh
lot of
man.
it packs in a lot of emotion into that album, and it is very good. It's very good, and they are dare I say, I mean, not the same hype as Bad Omens, but I mean, shit, it's getting close. It's
Yeah.
getting close. I mean, Bad Omens dropped their tour with Era, I See Stars, for early summer, Concrete Forever Part Two. That thing sold out in 10 minutes. The whole tour, not just the show at Wembley like Sleep Token did. So, you know, these bands, man, they're I don't know what's going on. We have social media to thank for it, dude, because these bands are getting a lot of credit that they deserve. People are buying into it fully, and it's awesome to see, especially for like this genre. It's becoming so big, and it's becoming something so beautiful, and it's taking everyone along for the ride. It's bringing in people that aren't in the metal into the scene. Basically it's basically a what's it called, a gate. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. But anyways,
It's a
it's
gateway into metal. Like
yeah,
it's a good
gateway.
like
I wanted to say a gateway drug, but I didn't want to say that because it's not a drug, but close.
oh, it is close though. That's
But yeah,
like
all in all, man, Sleep Token, they've come out of nowhere, and what they dropped four singles: Vor, Chokehold, Summoning, Granite, and did they drop another one before the album was out, or is that all of them, John?
I think that was all of them.
Four. So yeah, so they gave us a kind of a hint of what was to come, but damn, son.
That it was too good of
And the
just
album
like
artwork is beautiful.
and that's what's interesting is the I guess that's why I needed to separate the two albums mentally a little bit because the album artwork is similar in a way for some reason for me for Life is But a Dream and Sleep Token. Like it's interesting how each song has its own symbolism and say like the visualizers for the new Avenged Sevenfold are top tier. Of like that's like so good. So that's like 100% I would say like that that album in general. is really amazing. Can I show you something real quick? I
Let's
know
see it.
this is a slight detour from how we normally do things because this
Let's see
isn't
it.
necessarily a song reaction, but this might be one of the best things I've ever seen. The song. I love it's just such a good range because people are like, this is a banger.
Danny DeVito.
That's how the album was so boring. Oh man, this is so this channel on YouTube. Shout out, the channel's name is F Word. They just made memes for every single Sleep Token song, and they are just like, they're just too amazing.
That's fitting though. That is so
Like,
fitting.
it is the full range because you're like, this is a party song, this is a banger, and then at the end you're like, that album though, the whole range. When I told you, when you were like, how is it? I was like, listen to Are You Really Okay? That's a good sad boy song. And then Take Me Back to Eden. That range, that whole song is just like all the pieces, and then it ends real heavy. That's how it's a gateway to metal, where you're like, because everyone loved this Sleep Token album and stuff. And I think because it transcends genres, here's how I would say, because I would say for metal albums, I would say The New Currents, Death We Seek, clearly top tier metal album. I would say if we're going all genres everywhere, it's the new Sleep Token, like best album of the year, bar like no genre. Like I feel like it has a song for everyone, regardless of musical taste.
Yep,
And I feel like actually the new Life Is But a Dream, very similar and
it
stuff. Is
does.
that like it has something for everyone? Like they, yeah, it's the only album I could say that you could tell almost any person you know listen to this one song and they might appreciate it.
I'm telling you,
Like,
man. It's you got to forget everything you know about for Life is But a Dream. You got to forget everything you know about it because it's different. It is very different, and you have to immerse yourself into it fully. And then Sleep Token, yeah, I can agree. A lot of people are already putting that as number one. There's a YouTuber actually that shit on the album. I don't remember what his name was. A ball guy.
oh, Fantano,
He's
Anthony
like this.
Fantano
He's
hated
like
it.
this fucking album is not even fucking good. Everybody's just sucking Sleep Token's dick. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit, you
So,
were
because
fucking
Anthony
worked up.
Fantano with the needle drop, he didn't like it, but Fantano's huge old school music reviewer. Nick Nocturnal had a reaction to his reaction to Sleep Token, and he's just like, "What are you talking about, Fantano? Like, what?" Because the funny thing is, and I'll say this is something that 100% can be clipped. If Anthony Fantano on YouTube says a metal album sucks and gives it a 2 out of 10 like he did Sleep Token, I can guarantee you it's a banger album. Like his like I'll almost watch his reviews just to know like this album's going to be good. If he hates it, it's going to be a good album, which is like a weird way of like being like this guy, he knows his stuff because like if he hates it, it's going to be good.
So he's one of those guys.
Yeah, one of those. He doesn't like music that's pleasant to listen to. Like the but like will like weird off kilter stuff. Like it's
To each their
it's
own,
interesting
man.
though.
I like them for I like everything that we've gotten so far this year for what it was, man. Especially
Mhm.
like this year has been so excellent.
Yeah.
And it's not even over like yeah, like I said, we got some stuff. We definitely have an album from Bring Me the Horizon coming out this year.
Mhm.
I feel it. It's that post human trauma part 2 that's coming out this year has to be because
Yeah.
they've dropped what three or four songs. I think three just this year alone, or within the last year and a half. Every
Mhm.
single one's been good. Every single person's loved it. They're active as shit. They apparently went back to their deathcore roots, which I'm super
Oof.
excited to fucking hear. With Lil Uzi Vert, though, like what the fuck? Polaris, like I said, one of the best. Why is everything good come from fucking Australia? Alpha Wolf's working on shit, cunts. Like fuck.
It's gonna be good. I
Like,
have one more short little video for you.
let's
This way,
fucking
we're
see
getting
it,
people
bro.
introduced. This is I found this channel because I know if they have it, that technically it's short enough we can actually clip their stuff. So I'm like, that way we gave people a taste of Sleep Token, and you get to see exactly like the emotions I went to listening to that album. But this one, where it's like this will give you a sense of like what's happening these days.
Oh,
Because you never expect this. You would not be like, this is a bitch 7. Yeah, that's right.
it's so great.
Yeah. I was like, that's the feel. So we're just like, that's the feel. Where I was like, that random access.
Dude, you're not kidding.
That's one of my favorites.
Oh, dude. I have one on my phone that I'll send to you after the show that like goes through every track with a meme like that. Like the feeling. It's so good. I wish I would have said it before, but dude, like that's what I mean though, man. Nobody's gonna believe. You could tell them that was like Sunlit Drive Sunflower Seed, and people would be like, yo, this is dope. But you tell people that's Avenged, you'd be like, it fucking sucks, dude. Fuck that.
And that's the difference.
Mark my words, bro. Mark my words. People are gonna hear this shit and not even know it's them, and be like, "Yo, I fuck with this heavy," and then they're gonna be like, "Yeah, it's Avenged." Fuck that. I hate it. Fuck them, dude. I'm telling you, man.
Because both those of like ordinary off Life Is But a Dream and then Euclid by Sleep Token are like my banger songs.
I love everything. I'm loving everything we got. So if I still have it on my phone, I'll know really quick because it'd be right in my my recents. It's a lyric from the Sleep Token. It's one of their songs. I don't want to have to dig for it though, so if I can't find it, that's fine. Okay, I can't find it. I think it's Take Me Back to Eden. There's such a fucking like deep lyric that it just sounds like, oh God, why'd you hit me right in the fucking heart with that one, bro? Oh, it was good. That album's got something for everybody, especially if you're a sad boy like Pete and John here.
Oh, it is. Like, it's a part of me just wants to turn this episode into us just reacting to memes from Take Me Back to Eden and stuff.
Dude, they've been fucking killing it on Twitter land, dude.
They have, because it really is like, it's good. And that's the thing though, is that social media though, of like social media is how you get ahead in this, of like you can like, it's free advertising because like you make your stuff funny, and that's what people need to understand is like what will get people interested in stuff is like let people use that stuff on YouTube, make the funny memes, like let people use your music. And it's like no one's listening to 3-minute conversation about a song and being like, oh yeah, I'm listening to this instead of the real song. Like you're not going to replay it. So the copyright thing, because we are getting very close to Bring Me the Horizon, which the copyright system is going to be, we are going to check it out, and we might have to pause maybe a little bit to test something out, see how much we can actually keep in, because ideally we want to experience this song along with you all.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking bullshit otherwise to have to like, you miss out on the experience, because realistically, like that song Lost, it's a whole journey that takes you through everything. And you're right that song, now if I listen to Lost, it doesn't give me that same reaction, but I'll always remember how important it
is. It's all about where you are at the time that it happens.
Yeah, where you're just like, it hits you. This one, let's see. I'm intrigued.
See what it's about. I hear there's some
because everyone that they got, like, because it's Glassjaw, Uzi Vert, and who else was it? There was someone else on this.
Something Lyman.
Like, it's back.
I just fucking snorted there. Jesus fuck, dude.
Yeah. Because it had those feelings of like Shadow Moses, that era and stuff. Dude, like that's
That's fucking, dude, that
Yeah,
is Suicide Season all day. Ollie, give me
yeah.
more of that shit, dude.
In reverse, kind of like, but like better. You know?
I don't
What are,
even
what are
know,
your
bro.
thoughts? What are your thoughts? Little Uzi Vert? Is it?
Uh, Listen, for one, let's let's talk about how genius this band has been
Yeah.
within their marketing, bro. They're getting in with the biggest names. They're getting in with Ed Sheeran remaking Bad Habits. They're getting in with
Mhm.
Machine Gun Kelly, Lil Uzi Vert. Now they just dropped such a good song and Lost. That's I mean slightly radio friendly, but just touches you in the feels. Die for you, man. These guys are doing what every band should be striving to do. And they're, I mean, for one, they do it better than anybody else. Like,
Mhm.
period. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's unarguable. There's no band in this scene that could, I mean, come from basically sounding like a Dollar Tree version of Suicide Silence and come to this like this poppy sound. There's no band that does it better than Bring Me the
Yeah.
Horizon. And so many bands are trying and fucking failing. And then
This is
those same people that are fucking hating on Bring Me the Horizon are mad because they're better than their favorite band could ever wish to be. That's all I have. Let's go,
are
dude.
back. That had that fast. That was like the pulsating, like, and that's the thing. They can literally do everything. Of like Nick Nocturnal said, there's nothing they cannot do as a band these days.
Dude.
Like that
Uh
was
let's just do it one more time. Oh, fuck yes, dude. Let's go. God damn it, dude. That was
yeah,
so good. Oh my
so good.
fuck. Ollie Sykes, you fucking mint, dude. I'm so glad I waited to do that live because that's one of those 1 in a million fucking reactions that I get ever so often.
Yeah,
So bad. I was so close to just fucking nailing my monitor, dude.
dude.
Oh, I've been waiting a long time for them fucking grills. You know what I mean? Oh man, I'm so fucking worked up right now. My God, John. Someone needs to contain
Told
me right
you.
now, dog, because
I was
that
like,
was nasty.
yeah. No.
Oh, I don't even know what the fuck he said half the time. I was just like, yo, he's fucking growling right now.
No, the lyrics were great too, though. Of like, what's his name? Daryl Palumbo from Glassjaw. That's who I was trying to think of. That was
Oh,
like his part was good. Little Uzi Vert's part, like Little Uzi Vert's nice. Yeah,
y'all
like
outdid
some of his
yourselves
songs are
again
so
there.
good.
They've
Yeah.
outdone themselves again there. Bring me the horizon. On top of the world, eh? Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cannot wait for more from them. If we get a straight screaming song on the next thing we get from them, bro, dude, I'm telling you, I feel bad for anybody that's in front of me because I'm coming through, dog. That was great. God, I needed that. I needed that so much.
Yeah. No, we
That was
both. So when you were like, maybe we should put off this episode till tomorrow, I was like, no. I was
oh
like, I drove from Dallas. I'm gonna be here.
oh no, you know what? I was going off of if you needed the time, that was okay because I could have
No.
contained myself one more day.
Mm,
Guys, I love Bring Me the Horizon. All these sites,
yeah.
I love you, bro. Hey, listen, I don't have it on my hand for no reason, guys. See that? That's because of all these sites. It's because of Bring Me the Horizon. I don't have them tattooed on my leg for no reason, guys. That is one of my favorite fucking bands, dude. Wait till I get the death bat right in the middle of my knee. Oh,
Mm.
I'm very happy with that, Jonathan. God fucking damn it. Nothing's gonna beat that today. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, nothing is gonna beat that.
I said that before, and then we listened to No Way Out, and then the Crab Crawler girls over there were like roar, and they had some mini blacks. And I was like, okay, these guys are the shit. Okay, let's go. But okay, you're not beating that. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Fuck.
not. I was
No.
like, who else do we have on the docket though? I'm like, should we go into another one? Do
We
we have more
got
to say about that? I
I
was like,
mean
I feel like you've said everything that like that's just reaction alone. Also, hopefully that we will be able to have more of that in the video because that would be really great
oh
and stuff. I'm
dude.
like,
I will say one more thing and we will drop it. Well, two more things. I probably just woke up my nieces because of how incredibly hype I got.
Mm-hmm.
Second off, yeah, they're up there, man. Bring Me the Horizon. They just keep doing the thing. They're doing that thing's thinging. They just
Yeah.
don't stop. They're here, then they're there, then they're here, then they're there. They're fucking pop punk bullshit with whomever, and then they're here doing. They are bringing in deathcore vocals with rappers. What? What? Come on.
Yeah.
That's amazing. No other band could pull that off, dude. And that's what's amazing. They have this style. They have this the production of being able to do it. They have the intelligence to be able to mix it up themselves. It's just phenomenal, man. It's just really all I can say. I have nothing but high praises for them. From a band that, just like I said, if you just look at the beginning of time where they started, off of their first EP that had the song Reflections on it. I can't remember what it is for the life of me right now. Then Count Your Blessings, Suicide Season, There's Hell. Then we go to Sempiternal. That's Spirit, Ammo, Post-Human Horror. It's just changed so much every fucking time, and it's worked. It has worked statistically, chart-wise, streams, listens, album buys, whatever, dude. Like, just come on. Make it fair for everybody else trying to be like you, because no one can do it. That's it. That's all I got.
They are
Oh,
phenomenal. Who is up next?
We got either Sylosis or Omnium Gatherum.
Let's go Sylosis. Let's give them a shot.
Josh Middleton just recently left Architects to go full board with this band Sylosis. He's in both groups, guys. Well, not anymore, just Sylosis.
God, I love Architects so much.
Fun fact. All right, let's go.
What do you think?
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
That's straightforward.
guitar work, pretty great. Having now that Josh is going to be there, it's interesting.
Yeah, it was a mutual departure. They knew it was coming.
Mm.
No hard feelings. For him to fully and dive into what is now this. That was I'm sorry that I'm yawning. It has nothing to do with it. I'm tired, but that was actually straightforward, really good, great guitar solo, simplistic on the drums, heavy, straight to the point. I really enjoyed that. That's a good metal song. I would love to see that group open for any of the bands that I go to see within the next year because that's an ass beater.
Yeah,
Certified, trademarked, stamped. That's a Pete ass beater right there. I like that song a lot.
that's true.
I added it to my playlist too.
Yeah, that's a good one. As far as shows coming up, I am exhausted from this weekend seeing so many people, but I cannot miss them. We are seeing Beartooth and Trivium on Tuesday. That's going to be incredible. What's crazy is I haven't seen Trivium since October 2008, almost 15 years since I've seen them. Like, that's substantial. Like, that's weird to have like adult memories of something that was 15 years ago. Like,
that's gonna be a great show. I was supposed to go with you. I ended up buying last minute tickets to go see Avenged Sevenfold in LA.
I know, which is going to be amazing.
I had to.
It's going to be, yeah.
I couldn't miss up on the opportunity. It was last minute. I'm like, dude, I have to see it.
They are coming here October 13th, but it is Andy's birthday, and she's not an Avenged Sevenfold fan, so I feel like that would be a weird birthday present.
babe, you love them. I have never liked them in my life. Yeah, but you could, okay?
Yeah, I'm like, that would be. Oh man, yeah. That's gonna be good though. Avenged Sevenfold. They're
with Falling in Reverse and Pussy Riot or Pussy Rot. It's
I was like, what is it?
I think it's Pussy
Falling
Riot.
in Reverse though. Yeah, I thought they were also supposed to have what Our Last Night or someone with them, right? I thought
that's the Falling in Reverse tour.
Okay. Yeah.
That's when Spirit Box dropped out. They brought in Our Last Night, and then they also have Slaughter to Prevail in there as well, I believe.
That guy's been killing it too. What's his name? Alex Terrible?
Oh yeah, dude.
That guy.
He's awesome, dude. Speaking of them, Noah Sebastian from Bad Omens had his mask on for Dethrone a couple shows ago.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Alex Terrible was so happy about it, posted about it. It was awesome. You love seeing that within this scene. Bands supporting each other, buying each other's merch, just fucking spreading the love. I love that. It's a positive thing for such a beautiful art that we love and enjoy. So, but yeah, man, yeah, I decided, I was like, you know what? I can't see them on any of my days off coming up in July and in September when they come up. I can't get off work for it. So I'm like, you know what? A week and a half ago, I was like, you know what? I may never get this opportunity again. Hell, they stopped touring for 6 years. They didn't write anything for 6 years, come out with an album, tell us 9 months before it comes out, hey, we're making an album and we're going to start touring again. And then, holy shit, I don't know if I'm ever going to get the opportunity again. So I don't know. I'm not going to seize the opportunity. I couldn't. I had to. I even said it on our one episode. I think it was one that we had Matt on. We actually talked about Avenge, where it's like, I can justify spending, $1,000, a little bit over $1,000 to go see a band because it's something that I may never get to do again, and I'll always remember that memory. Always have that to cherish. It's the little things in life, man. So I'm extremely excited for that, and I know that you've been stoked about this Trivium and Beartooth concert forever, dude.
Oh man, I have. I am really. The one thing I'd really like to do that Andy was down with is seeing Sleep Token in September in Dallas, but the tickets are sold out. So the resellers are selling them from anywhere from $195 to $250.
Oh shit! Just wait till wait till the day of the concert. That shit will drop right then $80, son.
Yeah, I'm like, and we're close enough. to Dallas, that like we can do something like that. 'Cause I was
Also, hey,
looking,
fun
yeah.
fact for you, anybody here. If you're ever looking to buy tickets and you hate how fucking expensive they are, but you're buying for 2 people, 3 people, all of you just go when it says number of people or number of tickets, just select one. It is $100 cheaper. Swear to God.
Interesting.
Swear to God. So
Just
event
buy 2
sevenfold.
tickets for one.
Yep. So instead of where it says number of tickets, hit one and then it drops it by like $60.
Hmm.
Found that out when I
Definitely do
bought my
that.
event sevenfold tickets. They were like 350 for 2 tickets each. So 350 a piece. I went to go buy one ticket. It was $278.
Hmm.
Yep. So little fun little hack for you there. If you guys are big into going to concerts and don't want to spend all that stupid money on the fees that make 0 cents. Fucking
Yeah.
what's the processing fee for it, bro? You sent it through my phone. Like whatever.
That's what. Yeah. No, I was wondering that too because
What the fuck's the fee
the
I'm paying
Beartooth and
for?
Trivium ones, they were like they're $30 tickets a piece. So you'd think $60. By the time I checked out taxes and fees, $93 for 2 tickets. I'm like, what's this $15 you're charging me? Like this is like
Yeah, it
I don't
makes
know.
no
It's
sense.
yeah, it's because it's a digital thing. I'm like, it's like mailing it. Like it's funny because everything else is cheaper if you do it yourself. Self checkout, like all these things, they're like do it yourself, and then like they're like it's a fee. I'm like, I know for a fact credit card transaction fees are no more than 3%. At the lowest OB is like 75 cents. So they're like, oh, it's the same as when you buy movie tickets online when they're like the convenience charge is $4 a ticket. You're like, what are you talking about? The
Yeah, I know.
convenience charge? Like,
I don't get it.
it
It's
doesn't
kind of
make
like
any sense.
that meme. I can't keep getting away with this. That's what I feel like every time I buy a fucking ticket. It's like 80
Yeah.
bucks. Oh hell yeah, man, that's cheap. Go to check out 150. What the fuck? What are we spending $70 in processing fees for, bro?
Yeah. I'm like,
You just
that's,
gotta send it to my phone and we're Gucci, dude.
yeah.
It's not like we're
Oh,
paying for the ink. I could
yeah. You're
understand if
not
I
paying
went
for
to
anything.
I could understand if I went to the library and I had to have it send it to their email and they had to print it out, maybe. I'd be like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. But to my phone, dude, like the math doesn't math, but
Yeah.
whatever,
No, it doesn't
dude.
like,
Whatever.
none of it makes sense.
No.
It's like, there's something else. Are we going to listen to one last band or should we wait? Because usually when we go for a third song, for some reason they're pretty terrible. And this is episode 13, so it's unlucky. So it's like we'll either be very lucky with this or we will be very unlucky. In which case, we can just be fuming mad and just be like bail on this song so hard. Because I'm
Hmm.
like, what is it? What song was this? Omnium
Sacred.
Gathering. Yeah, Sacred
Uh,
Omnium Gathering.
tell you what, we will do.
Thoughts so far? I'm like, if they had clean vocals, this would 100% be a Cam walkout song, and not like a walkout in a good way for like boxing
Uh,
match, but like
I don't.
walkout.
I don't like it. I don't
I'm
like
like,
it.
yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
it's
Do you like it? I mean,
no,
no. You're right. We
no,
can never
I'm
fucking
like,
get the
yeah.
good third song. God damn
The
it. We
curse of the
never.
third song. It's like,
Hey, well, you
man,
know what? We had a fourth song that was really good. That one time.
that one time we've been chasing that high of just like,
That one time we had that
just.
really good fourth song.
I'm
It's always the
like,
third song, dude. It's like the
yeah, no,
fuck
it's
off.
yeah.
Nothing's worse than the attack though.
Oh,
Okay.
that attack was just like
Ugh.
that was too much of
Oh
just
my
like,
god.
it's just
Hey,
too
though,
much,
on a real note, at least Bless the Fall came back after a 6 year hiatus and gave us what the fuck we wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Attack would have done that shit, all right, bet. I See Stars
Hmm.
had the opportunity to do it too, but no, they came back with a fucking I don't even know. It's like hard rock anthem. I don't
Hmm.
even know, dude.
Yeah.
The God damn it, I just freaking forgot. What did I just say? Hollow Bodies. Hollow Bodies. That's the album I'm thinking of. I just said the band's name. Oh my freaking god! It was I don't even care that we're wasting time here. It was Bless the Fall, Bless the Fall, Bless the Fall. Yeah, they came back in the right way, dude, and it was good. It was so happy. It brought smiles to my face. I'm like, yes, dude. You sound just like you did on Hollow Bodies, dude. It was so good. It was so excellent. LJ was actually messaging me about it. He's like, yo, man, what you think? I'm like, I loved it. I love that shit.
Yeah.
So good. But yeah, man, we're never going to get past that third song, Curse.
No, we never. We do. There is going to be a brief little, maybe a possible redemption tour, possibly, of just like, just a palette.
Tell me you guess my future and it maps onto your fantasy. Tell me into are you really okay? So let's make trouble in the dream world. Hijack heaven with another.
That one's good to be bad.
It's getting harder to be.
I actually did not like this one.
You did?
Do you wish that you loved me? Rain down on me. Rain down on me.
What the fuck?
Oh, man.
The fucking penguin there. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like,
See if there's one for Life is But a Dream.
oh, that's what we should do.
Because I saw one on Twitter. I would love to know if there's one on YouTube of it because it was so fucking accurate.
Build wider, build here, build now. Moses born again.
That video though, the rave kids under the bridge is like an iconic video.
There you'll find me for the day. Put your hands together, get down on your knees. I stare out in the distance of the sea.
That whole album.
The fucking sweet chin musics are so perfectly timed with the snare hits. It's so great. It's so great, dude. I love that one. I literally laughed out loud when I saw that one. I was like, yo, this is too good.
I was like, it is. It's been a real good year for music though. It's
I know,
like,
man.
and that's what I would say is like the most important thing is like just letting the album stand on its own. I think it's very easy to like kind of come in with expectations or be like, here's what it is and everything. The only time to come in with expectations is when you're listening to Attack Attack, and your expectations should be try to turn it off as fast as possible. Zero. Get it out. DEFCON 1.
Don't have any expectations because you're gonna be.
Yeah.
That's like one of those ones where like you could even prepare for the worst and you're gonna get it a lot worse than you thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Like no shit. Like, it's terrible. Never
Hmm.
again.
Ever.
Anything new that comes out for them, I'll be like, psh,
No.
get fucked, guy.
You lost it. You lost.
I
Lost
swear
the
to
plot.
God, that's exactly what I'm going to say. But yeah, all in all, it has been such an excellent year so far. And
Mhm.
hell, we're halfway through. We got, what, 6 more months left
Yeah.
of possible, album of the year contenders. Where are we going to be at right now? Right now, I have mine being Current, Invent, Animate.
Without a Whisper by Invent Animate is actually one of my most played songs for the year so far.
Oh, dude, that is such a great album.
Yeah.
That Heavener album blew me away with the guitar work. So did the Currents album. I'm hoping that I get a Shadow of Intent album by the end of the year. I'd be really happy with that. Don't know though. I know that Polaris is already going to be up there. I already got a soft spot saved for them. I might have Take Me Back to Eden there, but I want to keep it. Now, you know what? It's probably going to be there because Bad Omens technically wasn't metal, and I had them number 1 last year. So, and then, we'll see, 30 more listens of Life is But a Dream. We might end up getting on the top 5, but fuck, man, the Polaris is going to really, I think is really going to shine through because they got some great guitar work, great lyrical content, great instrumentals all around. They're one of those bands that are good enough that they can just release an instrumental and just be fucking mint. So, and then Alpha Wolf as well. We're getting something from Alpha Wolf this year too. Hopefully within the next several months before the end of the year. Maybe even some Make Them Suffer coming out as well. Not Left to Suffer, Make Them Suffer.
Make Them Suffer.
They just dropped a banger as well. They're kind of the front runners of what metalcore should be right now, truthfully, with their single Doom Switch. And then the other one that they just released, I think it was on May 15th, I want to say, give or take. That was an excellent song as well. But yeah, I mean, all in all, there's not going to be a month that I think is going to top May into June. I'm going to consider the first 2 days of June the nightcap of May for the the night out. But all in all, 10 out of 10 month for music. I'm excited for what the rest of the year brings.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I didn't realize that Malevolence is actually opening for Beartooth and Trivium, and Malevolence on the Aggression series is like really good.
Yes, sir.
And everything, and they are sold out, so I'm glad that I bought tickets. A Tuesday night show is always weird, but I had a song. I had one last song to redeem, a redemption song.
All right,
are you okay with one redemption song?
Absolutely.
The song, it'll blow you away. It's so good. It's a song that I think might take the cake as being one of the best songs of the night.
Oh, sure.
They just came out with a new music video.
I love this song.
Reflections of violent shadows follow me for life. Never gave in to foolishness
This song, so good. I
Oh,
just had
dude.
to I just had to do a break just because like the drum work, the drums are amazing on it, just phenomenally. Like there
I
is
I'm in
so
love
much
with
good
this.
about this.
I'm in love with this band right now.
So that's one thing we had to like occasionally you need a reminder. You're like, why? What's album of the year so far? What's album of the year so far? Build up, man.
It is such a great album.
I feel like we didn't give them enough love the first time around, so that's what we're doing.
All for it.
It's not hard to get lost. It's not hard to get lost. All the past, so unfamiliar. It's always bad. Save a life at what cost? Now we're on a track. We've all forgotten the station. The way I've seen it, we're in control. But it's just not the way this works. It's not hard to get lost. All the past so unfamiliar. But it's always take a bow for the love forgotten.
That is fucking 10 out of 10, dude.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
like we did. I feel like we didn't give them enough love the first time around, even though we probably did. I was like,
They deserve so much love. They
yeah,
deserve it. That is such a fucking excellent
and
album.
that's I get what Avenged Sevenfold is going for with that. Like they want to sound like a band, like the mics in the middle of the room. It's all of it. But you have to that album, the way Death We Seek is mixed is like everything is so like I like being able to like pick out everything so cleanly. Of like the for one, the drums are amazing on that, but the guitar, like the way everything's mixed on that, like and unfamiliar. I love the lyrics of it. Like just like
Oh,
it's not hard to get lost on a path so unfamiliar, like because it really is like it's all uncharted at this point. Like life
oh,
when like
absolutely.
yeah, of like both things like you and I have gone through recently and stuff of like things can feel so unfamiliar because you're just like looking for answers and stuff.
Yeah,
And it's
answers to
like
something you're never gonna get.
yeah, especially too of like hopefully you'll get answers because we need those and stuff. But it's like yeah, that's all like just unfamiliar and stuff.
No,
Especially if you have people who aren't like being helpful.
exactly. And I don't even know if I touched on when I say. Well, speaking of that, I'm wearing the hat, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I touched on it in an episode when I went to see them. Did I?
Yeah,
Did we
I
talk
think
about that?
you talked about them briefly, but not. We can always talk about it more.
Yeah. So when I went to see him, for one, I cried like a bitch in that pit, dude. I cried hard, man. When Remember Me came on, dude, I was like like the lip sucking in, like whole fucking just crying. And it was so, I don't know what it was. I even told him, the vocalist, after, because I met everyone in the band. I met Chris Wiseman, who's also the guitarist for Shadow of Intent. He produces as well as in Currents. His guitar work in Currents is just fucking phenomenal, as well as Shadow of Intent. But anyways, got to talk to him. He was awesome. I got some pictures. They'll be shown above. We're gonna put the pictures in. You guys are gonna see that. Chris
Some
Wiseman
Dante
is
pictures. Yeah.
such a straight up dude, man. Talked to him. I got to ask him some questions. He even said he was going to get back to me here within the next several weeks after touring settles down and everything. I got the DM from him and everything. So hopefully time will allow that eventually within this year, with this album being dropped, we get to talk with him personally about it. It's awesome. And yeah, Yeah, man. They put, honest to God, they're top 3 out of any of the bands I've ever seen, and it's not because like I just I'm like so into them right now. It's just, dude,
Hmm.
it was the best like vocal performing that I've honestly heard in this genre in like
Yeah,
a long time. It was so
because it's hard
tight.
to pull off of like going in between vocals and like all that. Like you
Yes,
have to keep it tight and stuff.
dude. And they do, and he specifically does an excellent job at uh putting forth that emotion on stage live, and the crowd interaction was just phenomenal. I cannot stress enough, if you have not ever had the interest to see Currents, if they're ever in your town, you have to see them because they're gonna blow you away.
Yeah,
They, like I said, I've seen over 100 bands live in this genre, over 100, hundreds of bands, and they're 100% top 5, top 3, possibly. Like, just so excellent, guys.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, here's our new policy. Whenever we listen to a shitty song like that, Omnium, what is it? I can't even remember.
Gotharum.
Gatharium,
We'll
Omnium
just call it
Gatharium. You're
Omnium
like,
Gotham.
yeah, just like goth kids trying to like, anytime it makes you feel like this, where you're like, this is sad. This is
Sad
like,
boys.
yeah. For one, I should have changed to this mode of just been like, this is how we're operating from now. Like that's how that song makes me feel.
And then we'll get a palate
We'll
cleanser every time we get
palette
that.
cleanser every time, and it's just gonna be a different current song. We'll just be like, oh,
roll-
here's a brand new song from Currents from 9 months
I could
ago.
roll with that. We could roll with that all year,
Yeah.
with the rest of the
Exactly, yeah.
year.
Yeah, be like, it's a current song. It's people are like, oh, I'm like, it's not the, it's Currents the way you think, you know.
Every song though on that album was phenomenal, just
It-
like we talked
It
about.
was just like the layering. It's just you do need a palette cleanser, and that is like every song on that. It's like I would say, what was it? There was another album I was thinking of recently that was really good. There's a whole list of them and stuff, but the playlist, who is it? Counterparts. Their album, The
Oh yeah.
Eulogy for Those Still Here. That was a really good one from last year
Oh yeah.
and stuff. So that's like, this is going to be hard because we do have to remember those, because also this year has had so many amazing songs that, what was it? The Seventh Son by Barry Tomorrow. That was like one of my favorite albums.
I forgot
It was
that
like,
album
yeah,
even came out.
yeah. No, it's like, and there was some other.
It's been drowned out by like all these other ones though, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate because
But
it
I
was
think,
so
yeah.
good.
Here's what we have to do if we ever get to the point of having people interested in the Patreon, is we'll just have a private stream where we just listen to the top 5 albums like that we all think. We'll get suggestions, and whatever people vote, that's what just like hang out. Because I think a part of it, I think we should really, the last month of the year, December, we should listen to all the albums. Like we'll put out polls for you all. You all can vote and everything, and we should start doing like quarterly things. So like we're halfway through the year now, so we should put out a thing of what are the top 5 albums for the first half of 2023.
I absolutely love that idea.
Yeah, I would say because I mean your engagement of like which band, making you choose which band and everything, was like people had some interesting ones there.
Dude.
It's like that was
dude, I'm not gonna
excellent.
lie, I had a lot of interactions to the point that I didn't answer quite a few.
I know. I was surprised because you answered like 20 some.
Dude,
I was
they
like,
kept
usually
coming.
don't have that many people of like making you choose bands.
They kept coming, dude. They kept coming and coming. And I'm sorry if anybody that's watching, I didn't answer them. Man, you guys swamped me. It was really hard. Some of them were like really stupid though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but like just stupid as in like too easy. Like clearly, I'm gonna pick Metallica over NSYNC.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
just an example.
Yeah, dude. This year though, I'm just thinking because I was just going through our logos and I was like, we went through Chelsea Grin. That was phenomenal.
That came out this year too.
Yeah, Hefner,
Amazing.
Seventh Son, of course.
I love it.
And then the Aggression series was actually a nice little like mini like that series.
Little
was
EP.
Like, yeah. It's been a phenomenal thing because right here I'm like just going through these 5 albums, you're like, that's a pretty decent selection. And that's not even including Sleep Token.
Technically you could put them on your list, anybody's list for top 5, all of those ones really. And,
Yeah,
I mean, you have a steady argument with it.
dude. Because honestly, it's an insane year to think that we both forgot that Barry Tomorrow had an amazing album that like I was raving about it. I was like, I will remember this. It's like
That's
no.
what's crazy though. Like
I was like,
these
oh man,
albums have been so fucking good. They're just like outshining all these other really good ones, and it's just like
which
it's
is
gonna be
good.
it's gonna
Good
be
problem
really
to
hard
have.
to pick. It's gonna be really hard to pick this year as opposed to last year where it was Death of Peace of Mind, Pain Remains, Dedication of Flesh, Techno Train, and what was our fifth one? What was our fifth pick?
So Spite, Desecration of Flesh, Fifth Techno
Fit for a
Train,
King. Fit
Fit
for a
for a
King.
King, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So
these days is weird. Fit for a King, I've been listening to a lot more Fit for an Autopsy than them. Where at the beginning of the year I was listening to a lot more Fit for a King
yeah,
and stuff.
it's
It's
been
been
crazy because a lot of things are getting flooded out. But that's okay
yeah,
because we're
which is
gonna have
good.
a
It's a great problem to have.
oh,
Of like, because it
absolutely.
would be. And the thing is, occasionally we just have to pick utter garbage to listen to, which that third song. Because that's the thing, we don't have time to waste on these shitty songs
No,
and stuff. I was
unfortunately,
like,
no.
I mean,
We
not
don't.
unfortunately. Like it's fortunate that we don't have time for bad
He's
things.
just not gonna get a good review.
Yeah, you're not
Maybe
going to get
slightly
a
ignorant.
review. Nothing. You're just gonna. Yeah, it might be slightly ignorant,
You're
but
not
like
even gonna get the chance, kid.
that's true. Because this is your competition. You're looking at Chelsea Corinne. You're looking at Invent Animate, Barry Tomorrow, Avenged, Currents. If you can't put out content like this, I don't want to hear it. Except
Yeah,
for our man. Look at him up there. He's
I fucking love
yeah.
him.
You just say he'll do a sit down. This
Oh,
guy, I'm
stop
like,
it. Stop it. Ah, fuck,
ah,
dude. The man crush is so hard for that man.
he's
I
like,
love him so
yeah.
much.
But
So beautiful.
yeah, no, it was so good talking to you again. I was like, we should probably wrap up and then make plans for next week because, like you said, you won't have as many breaks. These 2 week sabbaticals.
No, for sure. Yeah, so okay, well, that's what we'll do then. We will close out this episode. We'll have hopefully another one that we'll be able to record this week before I go to LA.
Mm.
The Avenged
When do
Sevenfold.
you
I
leave for
can't
LA?
wait. Leave Thursday. So if we can maybe spit one in, we can. If we can't, we can't. I have
We could try.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll be home Sunday, so I'll be able to do a show to get a full reaction. I may be doing a full vlog of the whole time there as well, so we might get to see some in the crowd interaction, some live events.
Oh
Sevenfold.
yeah, I was gonna say if you can with your phone, if you can get some kind of like features together, we should start doing short concert like little bits. Like we won't call them an episode, but like we'll just call them King Listener bits, where
Yes,
it's just like little clips of like because both of us go to like if we go to enough shows, like have brief thoughts, like be like your excitement before, few snippets of good song moments or something, and then be like that
exactly.
was amazing.
And I want to
Close it out.
definitely want to carry that over into the channel.
Mhm.
So all right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. Episode 13 available on all platforms. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, comment, continue with the interaction online via Cam Knows Best, via John as
Yeah,
well, King Listener. I love the interaction we got last week. Let's try to get it again. But man, this year is going to continue to give us some good shit. So hope you
it's true.
enjoyed, and we are cashing out. See you later, guys. Have a good night.